are attracted to the idea of dissent, and I think young people especially are attracted to the idea of dissent, even when they're not willing to dissent themselves. Is it more difficult to dissent now than it used to be? I think this is a tricky question to address. Of course, on one level, literally, no, it's not. We have extraordinary freedoms in 21st century Britain to say what we like. Social media gives us the opportunity to express ourselves in all sorts of ways. It gives us the opportunity, if we wish, to dissent in the public sphere, which would have been very tricky to do before the advent of social media. Although I certainly think Britain can go a lot further in protecting freedom of speech in all sorts of ways. By and large, we are able to disagree with the government of the day on most political issues. We are able to go against the grain of popular opinion, usually, if we're brave enough. But I think the point about bravery is the fundamental one. Why does it feel often harder to dissent now than it perhaps used to be, or than it might be in other countries? And I think it is related to a sort of general crisis of courage in public life. I think we have fewer examples of people like the man in the Norman Rockwell painting who possess the courage to dissent. I think this is something we can perceive in all aspects of life. Our university professors certainly are less able or less willing to dissent than they used to be. I have lost track of the number of times I've been talking to academics who will say, well, of course I don't believe in this or that, or of course I think this is nonsense, but I don't want to speak about this publicly, and I always want to sort of shake them by the shoulders and sort of say, well, if you don't do this, who will?